Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian. I'm here today at the Rock Island Auction House taking a look at some of the guns that are for sale in their February 2015 regional auction. And I was looking for an interesting lever gun to add to this series of videos, and I found one down on the rifle racks that's kind of interesting. It's a Bullard repeating rifle, not to be confused with Ballard, which was also a company commonly in business at the same time. James Bullard was an inventor and a tinkerer, quite skilled. He was actually a master mechanic for Smith & Wesson before he left to strike out on his own. Formed his own company. He patented the action in this rifle in 1881. Also built a lot of single-shot rifles. His company did two types. They did lever-action repeaters, and he did falling block single-shot rifles. They were both of excellent quality, in a lot of ways better than the common other guns of the time, primarily the Winchesters. Stronger, smoother, and very high quality. Unfortunately, they were a little too high quality. They were expensive, and he was never able to have the affordability or the efficient production that major competitors like Winchester were able to do. As a result, the Bullard company went out of business in 1891. This particular version, this is the large frame sporter, and these were manufactured from 1886 until 1891 or 1890. Somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 of these rifles were made out of 10,000 to 12,000 Bullard lever actions in general. He did have a small frame gun as well. So one thing that struck me about this particular rifle is it clearly has had a very interesting and storied history. Now, I normally don't go for the elaborate, the fancy guns, purchased fancy from the factory, and that's what this one is. But what I find interesting is that it started out fancy and it's been very heavily used over its lifetime. So the rear stock here, and you'll see this better when we bring the camera back in a moment, the stock here is just gorgeous. It was clearly an extraordinary piece of wood, which is now covered in wear, nicks, and little dents, but clearly fantastic at one time. The fore end has been replaced at some point, I'm sure, because it's not quite the same sort of wood as the butt stock. This rifle has a heavy half-octagon barrel. This would have been a fantastic shooting rifle. It has a rear sight on it, or rear vernier sight, in addition to the standard buckhorn sight. It has a special hooded, very precise front post. Whoever bought this rifle really knew their guns, and they wanted a very high-quality rifle. And they bought that, and then they used the snot out of it. And I think that's kind of cool. So let's bring the camera in. Get a closer look at some of the really nice features on this, and also take a look at mechanically how it operates, because it's a little different than the Winchesters and some of the other guns of the era. Alright, so I promised we'd take a closer look at this piece of wood on the buttstock. So there you go. This was just a fantastic piece of good looking wood. It's got some very fine, nice checkering on the grip. But we couple that with a lot of used dents and the finish completely gone from the rifle. This originally would have been case hardened, and you can sort of see evidence of that anymore, but the finish itself is long gone. Now this does have the receiver sight, which folds down to the rear. It has a nice adjustable peep. Works very well, gives you a very nice sight picture. The large frame Bullards had a dust cover up here, covering the action, prevent dirt from getting in. That does open automatically when you cycle the lever. There we are. There's a brass elevator in here. Now, one of the other things that you'll notice about this rifle is that there's no loading gate on this side. There's no loading gate on this side either. These are actually loaded from below. What you do is open the action. So on the underside, you can see that when the lever's open, the elevator is up, and we have access to the magazine tube here on the bottom. That's how you load this gun, is underneath, kind of like a modern style shotgun. And when we close the action, the cover closes over the magazine. Now, if we take a look at the markings here, you'll see right there on top of the receiver, it's marked Cal 45. I'm not entirely sure which caliber this is. It could have been either 4570, which these rifles were made in, or it could be a proprietary 4585 cartridge that Bullard made specifically for these guns. his rifles were available in 5 or 6 different proprietary calibers, several 40s, this 45, also a 50 caliber, but he did also make some in 45-70. So which one that is, I'm not entirely sure. So if we take a look at the rifle overall, you can see that it does have a full-length magazine tube that held 11 cartridges, which is quite a lot of capacity in 45-70 or 45-85. Overall, the Bullard rifles were really quite well known for having a very strong and a very smooth lever action, better than all of their competitors. It's really kind of a shame that they couldn't put in the marketing or the production efficiency to make these rifles more common. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. We got a chance to take a look at one of the lesser known lever guns of the late 1800s. If you'd like to purchase this, make it part of your own collection, you can certainly do so. It's for sale at the regional 2015 February auction. So there is a link in the notes below that will take you to Rock Island's catalog page where you can see their high-res photos of it, their description, that sort of thing. You can go ahead and create an account, place a bid online if you'd like to have it. Good luck. Thanks for watching.